Alright, so first and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Now this lesson is going to be based on, the Lord's spirits of vengeance. And how, in particular, these recent ICE murders have been just that. These have been the Lord's spirits of vengeance, executing his judgment. So through the Spirit, I'm going to get some precepts, and the Lord's will, you're edified. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Slakia. And basically, that's what these ICE agents are. They were spirits of vengeance. And the Lord is using them to lay sore strokes upon people, kidnapping people, beating people up in the streets, murdering people. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. And these ICE agents use their guns, which the modern day sword is the gun. So, the modern day sword is the gun. That's the weapon of choice for most people, especially here in America. And these ICE agents, that's what they've been doing. They've been going around and murdering people. Just like how the cops, just like how the police, for decades, have been going around and murdering Jake, shooting Jake in the back, so-called black people, in particular so-called black men, because, ICE agents and police officers are spirits of vengeance. And the Lord is using them to bring judgment upon wicked people with whom he is angry with. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's right. And that's why every day you see judgment brought upon people. People get into car crashes. People get wounded. People get killed. Same with shootings. Same with stabbings. Same with fires, storms, and tempests. Hit and runs, animal attacks. And all of these judgments are the anger of the Lord being manifested in different ways. So, with the things that's going on with ICE, them basically putting people in chokeholds and murdering them that way, or shooting them to death. That's the judgment of the Lord taking place. That's merely, the Lord's will being done. And for a lot of people, it's hard for them to see that because they don't understand the spiritual aspect of it. They only see it from a carnal perspective. They just see these ICE agents or these police officers taking people's life. They don't understand that the actions of man are controlled by the Lord. Proverbs 20:24. Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? And that's right. So everything that people do is controlled by the Lord. Everything you think, everything you say, every move you make is controlled by the Lord. And that's what's happening throughout the world. The Lord is controlling certain people and using them to do certain things. Like the Lord is using the police and the ICE agents to execute judgment upon people that he's angry with. And the Lord has put it on, in particular, Esau, the so-called white man's spirit, to, just go around basically strong-arming everybody. That's why Esau thinks the way that he does. That's why Esau, especially here in America, thinks that they're just the biggest, baddest people on the block, so to speak. Wisdom of Solomon 2:10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. And these Edomites, they just go around, these police officers, these ICE agents, they go around, messing with anybody. The elderly, women, children, they don't care. And you're really seeing it in regards to these ICE agents, man. They're going after anybody and everybody. Wisdom of Solomon 2:11 says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And that's the mindset of these Edomites. That's the mindset of the police. That's the mindset of these ICE agents. Just go around and do whatever they want to whoever they want, whenever they want. And they believe that they're never going to be held accountable for it. People Salakia. People are saying in the comments of the videos on TikTok of, these ICE agents kidnapping people and beating people up and murdering people. People are saying, oh, well, that person should have just complied. It's hard to comply when somebody's bashing you over the head, when someone's stomping you out. So, basically, ICE is just a gang of thugs. That's all they are. They're just going around attacking people because they don't think anybody's going to fight back against them. And they're seeing how far they can push things. That's why they've been just blatantly murdering people, like Renee Good and Alex Peretti recently. But you see, the Lord Yahweh has given them that mindset. They think that they're bigger than the program. They're letting their strength be the law of justice. They have that mindset of who can stop them. And to be honest, nobody can stop them except for the Lord, because He's the one who put it on their spirit to go out and do the things that they're doing to the people. And it's going to get a whole lot worse, because the anger of the Lord towards these wicked people is going to increase. And the Lord is going to continue to use these ICE agents, the police, and even other citizens to execute His judgment upon one another. You're going to have citizens killing other citizens. Then you're going to have the ICE agents killing citizens. You're going to have the police killing citizens. Then you're going to have the citizens killing ICE agents and the police. That's where the Civil War comes into play. So the Lord is about to just put the spirit of vengeance upon a lot of people and just have them out here laying sore strokes upon one another. Things are about to get very, very violent out here. And like I said, ultimately, this all goes back to the will of the Heavenly Father. This is all His judgment playing out. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So in regards to what's been happening as far as ICE is concerned, them hurting people and them killing people, this is all under the instruction of the Lord. This is all under the Spirit of the Lord, that spirit of vengeance that the Lord has placed upon these people. And like it says, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And that's why you see these videos of these ICE agents, beating people up and murdering people. And the people who are recording this of happening, they're yelling for the ICE agents to stop attacking that person and things like that. But like it says, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So if the Lord wants you to get beat up, to get stabbed, to get shot, to be murdered, then that's exactly what's going to happen. And there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. Like, people keep seeing these videos and they're asking, like, why didn't anybody stop it? Why didn't anybody do anything? Because there's nothing that can be done. Whatever the Lord wants is what's going to play out. And for a lot of people, they're going to get wounded and killed because they have angered the Lord. They have provoked the Lord unto wrath with their continual wickedness. And them, being wounded and or killed is their judgment. That's their punishment. That is them merely reaping what they have sown. And see, the Lord bless those of us of the hopeful elect with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. And that's why we understand that, these incidents aren't random. This is all part of the Lord's plan. This is all His judgment, because the Lord ultimately wants a civil war to break out. So the Lord is creating these scenarios to rile up the people. So then the people start pushing back against the government, against the ICE agents, against the police. And things get pushed far enough. And that's when civil war breaks out. That's when race wars break out. That's when riots happen. And that's exactly the direction that this country is going in. And we see things popping off in other countries as well. Protests and riots. basically sedition amongst men, like the scripture said. And there is no getting around the validity of these scriptures. Everything that's written in these scriptures is coming to pass and will come to pass. There is no delaying it. There is no stopping it. There is no getting around it. The will of the Lord is going to be done on earth as it is in heaven. And in this time, in this day and age, the will of the Lord is for violence to consume the earth, especially here in America. So we should expect to see a lot more of these incidents of ICE agents attacking people and kidnapping people and murdering people. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.